Yo, what is up, bippity boppity boo? Today we're going to be looking at a 5-bot combiner consisting of 3 slammers and 2 magneuses. I'll give you a quick 360 before we start disassembling him and then reassembling him. And he's pretty cool, man. He's pretty cool, but no thanks to the magneuses. The magneuses are pretty inflexible when it comes to being like a build former, and so that's why we're using the entirety of them as a limb. You can't really separate them. And so I guess it's good when you're trying to make something more stable as an entire arm or entire leg. But in terms of them mixing and matching with the other bots, nah, they don't really play well in the sandbox. But yeah, it is what it is at this point. And I probably made a dozen or so videos where I'm just kind of griping and complaining about it. But this is what we got, and so this is what we're going to use. And so yeah, 5-bot combiner, and I'm going to start taking them apart right now. And more than anything, again, it's just going to be taking a look at how inflexible Magneus is, but also some build techniques that I utilize specifically for Slammer over here. The only Slammer parts that are on here are this bit, these little treads becoming these kind of, I don't know, faux wings, this little blaster. And other than that, the rest of this is just Magneus. There are no Magneus parts on this guy over here. He's kind of blurry. There we go. But he looks pretty cool. This looks really cool. Macaulay Culkin. This looks really cool. And so, if anything, actually, I learned how to make a nice, really cool, nice looking torso. I think the legs are really nice. He has good presence. And if we didn't want to use the Magneus, we can either use some other bots in the future and utilize that torso as well. Let's see. What should we do first? Why don't we take a look at the arm? So I'm going to remove the slammer bit so that we could just focus on the Magneus arm. And I'm just going to start taking apart all the bits and then reassembling it so you can see how pretty simplified this is. So this is just a Magneus body, right? And you know what? This guy's messing up the focus. Hey, this is the Magneus body. We just have the legs put together. You know, you start with him in bot mode, and then you just fold up the feet. And after that, you're going to add that the axe. Now this is good as a connector, but like it's just using 2 tabs to connect to this foot, and it's not the most secure thing. I mean, it works for what it is, but still, I wish there was a little bit more secure way for this to adhere, but that's fine. And this, again, is just the back plate, and that's plugged in like so. Okay. We're going to grab one of the arms, and let's see. How do we have that? And we're going to, so the tires would normally be here on the Magneus, but we've taken the tires off. And then we're just adding one arm there. And then we are adding another arm there. So they just kind of bridge together up at the top. We're going to grab one of the tires. We're going to plug that in right there. Is it blurry? We're going to get the other tire. And we're going to plug it in right there, and that's it. That's the arm. And then this is the slammer waist plus the 2 little treads. And we're going to stick that into the fist. And that is it, my friend. And see, you can see it's already kind of like popping off. I just wish either the tabs were deeper or they had utilized 5mm pegs or something. But whatever. So you have one arm, and then you have the other arm. And on the second arm, we have the little turret from Slammer. Okay, easy enough, right? So we'll get the 2 arms and we'll kind of put them away. Now this is the body. Pretty cool, dude. He's nice and chunky. Got some cool like anime vibes. Waist is a little bit high, but whatever, dude. I'm trying to make it so that it looks like these are the hips. You know, I'm trying to kind of hide this within the blackness of the body over there. So this is the leg. Start taking this all apart and putting it all together. So we start with the slammer torso, the blurry slammer torso. And then we just have this go. So this is going to be the inside of the leg. And this is going to be facing forward. This is going to be the shin, basically, right? And on the bottom, to create the feet, we're going to plug in one of the forearms. We're going to plug in another forearm at the bottom, and then we're going to plug in a shoulder joint at the end of that forearm. Dude, what is up with the autofocus? I'm always complaining about the autofocus, right? I feel like I'm the optometrist. Like, is this one better? Is that one better? But yeah, like I said, torso, back piece, forearm, second forearm, and shoulder bit. And then on the back, let's see, how do we do this? We're going to adhere another one of the legs to the back by using the shoulder bit. We're going to plug that into the forearm, and then we're going to have that back here. And even though this doesn't connect over here, and I would very much like it to do so, but it doesn't, but that is kind of like this nice chunky calf. And then from there, we have another leg that's connected by the shoulder. Very, very versatile bit. You can see, you know, it moves around a lot. And then we're going to use that as the knee joint. Cool. And that's the entire calf. Yeah, I know. I wish this could stick on here like I just said, but it doesn't. So it is what it is in the biz, my ninjas. For the torso, we have the slammer torso in the middle, and we have elongated or extended and widened the torso by plugging in a set of the forearms, and that completes all three sets of the forearm. And then we have the standard slammer waist bit. The back piece, normally this would be, it's supposed to plug in like that, but we just have it flipped. And then at the very top, you have one of the legs with the knee, with the thigh joint bent in. You can see it just looks like this, right? Then you just have that plugged in back here. And then at the top of that, you have a turret, you have another turret, and that's really about it. It's pretty simple. And then from there, you're just plugging everything into the waist connector, the hip connector, so to speak. We have that. We have that. We just kind of just clean them up however you see fit. There you see him there. There you see him there. That seems quite redundant. And then we plug in the Magneous figure into the 4 arms, 5 arms, 6 arms, heavy arms. There we go, friends. There we go, friends. Let me push him to the back a little bit. Adjust him a tiny bit. Get the center of balance right. And yeah, I don't know what's up with the autofocus, but it is what it is. And there we have him. There we have him. I know it's been a bit of an abbreviated tutorial, and I kind of went through it a little bit quickly, but I did so because I don't think most people have 2 Magneuses and 3 slammers at home, and so I wasn't really necessarily thinking of you kind of like putting this together alongside with me. More than anything, it's just kind of like a quick tutorial so you can see how I went about putting it together, and maybe it'll inspire you to make your own creation at home. But yeah, 5-bot combiner, 3 slammers in the middle, Magneous, and yeah, this is what we're able to produce. So yeah, that's it today for the video. Just want to say thank you so much for always joining me, for watching these videos, especially if you watched to the end. And I'll be back with more content. And yeah, let's rock and roll another day, right? Boom, 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 boom. Bye-bye.